Welcome everybody to the Please Don't Sue Us podcast. It's a little sketchy because we filmed part 1 of this episode last week and then we had camera difficulties, so we're back. Joining me this week...
I got lame and had to leave.
Well, my camera died too. Remember,
I
didn't have
died
proper
like 4 times.
Battery consumption issues. So this is we're episode 5, part 2 here, technically. Joining me is Corey Fishbacher, the lovely, the handsome. We did. We had a third party, but I don't know.
She had to poop.
Well, that's it. Big. So we got a few things we're going to talk about this week. We want to start things off by talking about who we are going to vote for this season. Or what is it?
Season. It's the election season.
It's the election season. Yeah, you know.
Open season.
As anybody who saw my Facebook page knows, I had a small erection for Bernie Sanders, but since Hillary threatened to kill his grandchildren, he's no longer an option. Allegedly.
You can pencil him in.
It's, I
would recommend if you want to vote for somebody, vote for him. Even if they're off the ballot, write them in. Exercise your right. Who knows how many other people want? You know what I mean?
Well, I think I might go with this Gary Johnson now. I saw this commercial. I was won over by a commercial.
I like the name Johnson. I mean, that sets up a lot of punchlines right there.
I mean,
that's a good time. It's a good time.
Big Johnson. Big Willie style.
Or maybe if he's a dickhead, be like Johnson, Little Johnson, Johnson's Johnson.
His commercial literally says vote for me because in 4 years these guys will still be here.
And you can still vote for him if you want, basically.
He just rolls his eyes at him and all right, I'm on board. I don't know. Hillary's a crook. She should be in jail.
She should. I'm very pro Hillary for the big house, not the White House. I mean, Hillary for prison, that says it all right there.
And I can't approve of a lot of the things that Trump does. Trump does a lot of things and later finds out
that's not
I can't do that. I'm not allowed to do that.
That's not luxurious.
That's not how. I mean, do you imagine his guy and he's got to have guys in the back that are all right, Trump, we need you to bring in a few more people. We need you to be a little more caring, a more, really, really reach out there.
I can do that.
Yeah, I can do that. And then he goes on stage and he's like, anyone with a gun should shoot Hillary Clinton. Go ahead and exercise your Second Amendment right. And they're like, no.
A little more accurate would be hey, people think you're racist. You gotta make people understand that you're not. You just say things incorrectly sometimes. So he goes on stage, he goes, I just like black people. And it's no, that's not quite.
I think they're swell,
They're hardworking. No, Trump, you're just sounding like a freaking plantation.
You're not.
A lot of things don't come out of his mouth.
I eat fried chicken. I eat the most luxurious fried chicken that's available.
And it's okay, now you're using stereotypes and you're not.
Damn it, Trump.
He's a little slow, but I actually think he does care, though. I really do think he cares about the country and he doesn't like where it's going.
Yeah. I'll give you that. He seems that genuinely cares. He's gotten so lost in he wants to make people happy, you know what I mean? He's a showman. He likes entertainment. He loves people cheering for him. And
just like me and you, the biggest thing, the biggest kick that me or you get is a group of people staring at you, listening to you, and you are entertaining them. You're making them happy. You're taking them away from their shitty life, which we live shitty lives. We know everybody has a shit life.
I think you got
lost. As long as you can make them forget that for a little bit, you feel like your worth has actually went up exponentially. He lives to entertain. He's an entertainer. Yeah. He likes that.
So it's all a big show,
So he goes for the wow factor way too much.
Yeah. Deep, I don't know. I used to watch him on The Apprentice, and I've always wanted
that's
to
like the guy,
but he just.
That's a script and shit.
Some of the shit that he said is really rubbed me the wrong way.
And I like Trump.
I like Johnson.
I had a big problem with Trump at first, and then when I realized that the media is really, really stacking shit against him, then I'm okay, I'm gonna do a little more research, and then I find out that media's really boning him, like making him look like this horrible piece of garbage.
Well,
just terrible.
I mean,
and then you actually do some of the research, and it's like he didn't say none of this stuff. He's not anti-woman. He's just anti-Rosie, O'Donnell. He's just like, she's a piece of garbage. And there's like a thing that I really like. The one was,
I totally forgot about that until just now. His fucking feud with Rosie O'Donnell.
They hate each other.
That's so great.
And then everybody's like, oh, he's sexist because somebody who hates him said he is. No, just because he goes, I come home from work and I expect the house to be clean and have food on the table.
But he's got maids for that.
But at one point he didn't. He was working, I mean, I wouldn't call it working hard because I'm a physical laborer. But he was trying to make a lot of money in the industry that he was working in. He'd come home and he'd expect for his wife to have food on the table and have the house clean.
Luxurious food, the most luxurious
luxurious. Because he paid for luxurious food. But then I'm like, that does sound sexist if he just comes out and says it like that. But then you got to think about it. If you worked and your wife didn't, and she was just at home all day, wouldn't you expect her to do something while you're at work?
Frankly, whether you're man or woman, if you work and the other person doesn't,
see, I just did a Donald Trump because I was going to spin it too and be like, well, if she was at work and he was at home, he should have dinner on the table.
God willing, I had a woman who made more than I did, and I was like a stay-at-home father. So I'm like, there's just some things like,
you're good at staying home.
Clean up. You're pretty good at doing nothing, doesn't? You'd be great at that. No, I mean,
I would. If I was a stay-at-home husband, the house would be spotless. There would be awesome food on the table. I'm a great cook, though. But I believe in complete equality, though, too.
Well, there's got to be an equality. Yeah, like we sometimes shy away from here's something I just heard about now. This guy he masqueraded as a woman. It took him like 6 months or something to infiltrate this group, right? He got in there. It was a Facebook group, and they were most of these people used their real names, and it was a military housewives thing. And he was like, hey, pretend to be this girl, and he's like, I'm thinking about cheating on my husband, I'm gonna be gone, or he's gonna be gone for a year, what should I do, how do you feel? And an overwhelming amount of girls were like, yeah, girl, go get you some dick. No shit, dude, it's horrifying when you read, like, there's a few girls on there that are like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? And they're all, it's like their choice to leave. One girl actually said, this is, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. She wrote like, yeah, girl, he's going on vacation for like 6 months with his buddies.
The difference between vacation and war is you don't get shot at when you're on a vacation, typically.
Depending on where you vacation. You may go to some crazy places, but
anybody who thinks
the desert is not a fun place to vacation.
If they think that's a vacation, they need to eat one MRE.
Have you visited Afghanistan?
Eat a biscuits and gravy MRE.
Oh, yeah.
And then tell me you went on vacation.
I used to eat, we called it ranger pudding. You'd crush up like bread or crackers or something, and you put them in the cocoa mix and add just a little bit of water so it turned into a thick sludge. And then, ranger pudding. Yeah, so that's what this girl wrote. And apparently what this guy did was then like take these names and he exposed them all.
Good.
And there were these, I loved it too. There were people that were calling him hero and like all sorts of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, man, because can you imagine if he got busted before he got that evidence? Because then he would have just been a weirdo pretending to be a lady in a ladies group. But that's horrible. Gross, ladies.
So yeah, I'm more Trump right now than Johnson, but
I'm Johnson all the way.
I can see that.
I'm a fan.
He's not wearing pants or underwear.
I've completely stopped. I'm like a brat though. I'm like, well, my guy's not in it, so I'm gonna try to fuck it up for everybody else. That's pretty much where I'm at with this. Pew 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 pew. What do you think about that new Star Wars movie that's going to be coming out here soon, Rogue One?
I didn't know there was a Star Wars movie
about to come out.
I've seen 3.
You've seen 3 Star Wars movies?
Yep.
Which ones?
The first 3?
Like 1, 2, and 3, or 4, 5, and 6?
Yeah.
A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back?
Uncle Owen.
Where they're Ewoks. Uncle Owen. Okay, so A New Hope. He's seen 4, 5, and 6.
I thought that was the first ones.
Well, they are technically, but
Empire Strikes Back, I think was one of the names. They're on not Endor. They're on that frozen
the
place
third one.
where he cuts open the dammit and he climbs inside it to survive. Here, kid, I gotta do this. So I seen that one, and then the one with the little guys. Yum yum, jump jump.
Which that's the Ewoks. Those are my homies.
Okay,
The
so
Ewoks.
Is that the same one?
No, that's the third one. That's Return of the Jedi.
Okay, and then what was the one before that? Where
So
like
it
he
was
met
Star
Obi-Wan
Wars:
Kenobi.
A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
I seen those.
But they filmed
I seen
those
a little
three.
bit of the like. Okay, I remember
And then
there's like they were
newer
pod
ones
racing.
were 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, see, that was the very first one.
See, there was like there's like three. They released the first three.
Yep, 4, 5, and 6.
And then they did a
first.
prequel.
And then they did 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so I seen little parts of the 1, 2, and 3.
And then they just filmed 7 was the new one.
I didn't think
that
they
Disney
were.
did.
I really wasn't that into them, and I'm not gonna rent them because fucking there's no rental. There's no video stores anymore, so you can't just rent them. But you know what I really want?
Family Video in Rochester. Family Video.
Okay.
Awesome place. You can get just a
Star
shit ton of
Wars
movies
is
dirt
okay.
cheap.
Star Wars is a really okay story.
Now you make me want to go to the video store.
I kind of miss especially that back section where
The naughty one?
Nobody's seen you go back there. No, I haven't. I've seen none. Absolutely none. I've caught little parts like at parties where it's like on the TV or whatever, and it's on like the TV at home. The X-Men movies. I haven't seen none of them.
Really?
And I would actually like. I don't know what it was that I saw that made me interested in watching them now, but I actually would like to find somebody.
Was it Deadpool?
Possible point.
There's that.
I love Deadpool. So yeah,
Deadpool breaks the fourth wall.
yeah.
So I love that joke when he's dragging him away. Because in the X-Men movies they've started doing like prequels and whatnot, and James McAvoy plays the younger Professor Xavier.
I don't know any names.
Patrick Stewart.
I like
Captain Picard.
Patrick Stewart.
That's more of a Sean Connery.
Yeah,
yes,
it was right at the end. It went really.
I want a mango and tree.
Hot shingles in my area. Yes, please.
Patrick Stewart. I always think of Avery from
Yes.
American Dad now.
Haley!
I'm doing cocaine and it's going very well. So like he plays the older version of Professor X. So in that scene when Colossus grabs him by the leg and he's like, I'm taking you to Professor. And he goes, McAvoy or Stewart, it's so hard to keep these timelines separate. That's like what he's referring to is like,
Oh,
again, that's...
well, it was like I completely checked out of the whole, what's Spider-Man? Or what's, okay, yeah, Iron Man, what is he? Is that DC or what is
That's
that?
Marvel.
Okay, Marvel. So
but
yeah,
his big group is the Avengers.
Yeah, Captain America, Hulk, this weird guy right here, and Thor, and they had that movie, The Avengers.
Yes.
And I was like, fuck that, I don't want to watch it. And I didn't want to watch Captain America either. But then
You
I watched
really
Thor,
should, though.
and I was like, well, no, I want to watch The Avengers. And it was on Netflix, so I'm like, well, it's free. I already paid for this shit, I'm going to watch it. I watched that, and I was like, now I got to watch Captain America. I got to watch, I'm still not watching Spider-Man's.
Captain America, I think, would really be, you'd like those movies, man. There's a scene.
I did. I watched it, and I
watched
liked
the
it.
original one?
Yeah, that's when I'm like, oh, it is a good movie.
Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, it is a really good movie. And Tommy Lee Jones is like, well, that doesn't prove courage. He throws the grenade, he jumps on it, and he's like...
That's my favorite fucking scene.
I absolutely love it.
When
it's not my favorite. My favorite one is how everybody was trying to climb the pole, and he just pulls the pin out, and then he just drops that. That was my favorite scene. The second favorite was that one when he was like, plink. Yeah.
What is that? One guy says, "Why do you want him? Why do you want him? Why not Thompson? He's big. He's mean.
That was my third favorite because that was really
what makes him special." And he says, "Yeah, because
people who were
bully."
Yeah.
And I don't want to give ultimate power to a bully. You can't do that.
Right.
And he goes, that kid has everything I want on the inside for this program. And that's
if somebody's always had strength and power, they will abuse that power. Somebody who has never had that will appreciate it.
Yes.
That's the gist. But I mean they're to a certain extent. I mean if you're a really weak person and you're bullied really heavily, and then you're given, let's say, a badge.
Yeah.
And it gives you that power, you will turn and do the same thing to other people to make yourself feel better about being a little turd when you were a kid.
That's true. And that's kind of, I think, what the scientist was like truly trying to weed out is he wanted someone like him, but he wanted someone that wasn't going to, be overwhelmed by the power instantly.
Right.
And that's like Chris Evans, he's the Boy Scout. Really, like, that's when they bring
down inside, he so was. Like, the definition of a Boy Scout. But he didn't have the
always
physical.
does the right thing no matter what. That Bucky, have you seen the second one yet then?
No.
The Winter Soldier? So
I don't go to the movies.
we're at our 15, so we'll be right back.